All right, heroes, I'm back with another case study today. I'm really looking forward to this one. This is a person who recently got started with us at Marketplace Superheroes and has been doing really well. And I wanted to bring her on today to share how she got into this whole Amazon gig and so much more. So I'm going to bring on our guest today, Melissa. Let's get going. Melissa, how are you doing today?
I am well, thank you.
Good,
Hello.
I'm glad to hear that. So where are you coming in from in the world?
I'm in California. So
California.
yeah.
Beautiful. Well, that's great. Well, thank you for jumping on with us. I know it's a bit earlier in the day for you, so thanks for giving us some of your time. I'm really looking forward to talking to you. As I mentioned in the intro, you've got started recently with us. You've done really well, and I wanted to document a bit of your journey so far. So I always like starting in the past, really, and it always amazes me how different people come to our community. And I love asking, how did you stumble upon the idea of selling on Amazon? Was it something you heard of a long time ago, or where did you even hear about this thing?
Well, I had started a print on demand business. You probably heard of Rachel Raffay.
Yes.
And she started talking about you guys and a webinar that you were going to do. So I tuned in. And the main reason that I started the print on demand and now I'm with you guys is because I'm looking for something different. I don't want to work 9 to 5 and grind away for the rest of my life. I want to travel and I want to have security and do the things I love while not having to trade my time for money, right?
Yeah.
I want to make money while I sleep. I've been making money while I sleep, and that's really
Yeah.
cool. I like that.
I love that. How long have you been selling on Amazon for now? Like you got up and running pretty quickly then, right?
I did. I think I watched the webinar with you guys in February.
Yeah.
I joined up with Synergy shortly after that, maybe early March. I ordered my first products at the end of March, beginning of April. They made it into Amazon mid-April. That's my first order that went into Amazon. I'm still selling through that stuff. And
Yeah.
I quite honestly haven't made another order. And that may
Oh,
not be what
wow.
everybody wants to hear, but I
Enough.
haven't. I'm just watching the way things work.
Yeah.
I did really well on some of the things. I did, on some of the things. So I'm learning, and that's been the biggest thing for me is just
Yeah.
watching the whole process unfold and making better choices next time based on what I've learned from this
Yeah.
time. But I wake up in the morning and I look at my seller app. I'm like, woohoo! I sold more stuff.
Yeah.
So I've done over 4,000 in revenue, which
Great.
doesn't sound,
That's great.
but it's whatever. It's great for me. And they say that just, because like while I'm not swimming in money yet, it works. Like I
Yes.
see it. If you do the things, you get the things. So it's and I would say I highly recommend, if you're watching the videos that you do the things. You watch the videos and you do what it says to do and you don't try to take it all in and then go, okay, now
Yep.
what? But just watch a video and do the steps. And that's exactly what I did, which is how I ended up getting my first order in so well, multiple. Or I mean, I wasn't just one order. There was 3 separate orders that all ended up in Amazon at like the same time.
So would you have 3 different suppliers then?
Two suppliers. So 2 orders from one supplier and one order from another supplier.
Okay. Well, we don't need to get into the specifics of what the products are, obviously, but what I'm wondering then is within each of the different orders, then did you have lots of different products in each order? So maybe, what kind of, just to give people an idea, like what kind of quantities a lot of the items might have had.
Things I ordered 20.
Yeah.
There was something that I knew was going to be amazing, and I took as many as I could, and I was right.
Wow.
I
You
was
were
right.
right.
And that is the product that I did the best on, and I wish I could have had so many more of them, but
Yeah.
they only had 65, so I took 65.
That's huge. The fact you had that much confidence, though, as someone who you might argue was a beginner, you made your first few orders. Where do you think that confidence came from? I know that's going to be a winner.
I don't think this was a data thing. For this particular product, there
New.
was a movie coming out, and it
Ah,
was a toy that was going to, and I just had a feeling about it. I'm like, kids are going to want this. They're
yeah,
going to
yeah.
be bugging their parents for this, so I'm going to get on board with that. So I did, and it worked. And I
Love
wish I would have had triple what I bought, but
it. Congratulations on the success so far. And by the way, $4,000 in revenue in a short period of time is a big success because you know as well as I do, unfortunately, many people do these programs and they don't even make a dollar in sales because they don't get started. So I think that's huge. But again, the fact you placed a few orders and
Oh,
you have
I'm
reordered.
sorry. 2 more orders today. So
Ah,
I'm at
congrats.
43.68 in revenue in a couple of months. So, and I
There,
expect it to just get better. I just need to do, I need to learn more and do better research and find the next products, and I'm sailing. So this has been great. Anyway, back to what you were saying.
oh, I love that. Hey, this is your interview. Do whatever you want. I love that. So great. So then with the future then, what's your future look like for someone who got started, had some success? Where do you think you can be?
I would love to just replace. I retired from a career that I had since I graduated from college.
Okay.
And I retired because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
I was a speech therapist, and I was having to do speech therapy with a mask on. And I was like, okay, we're done here. So I decided to do something different. And I would love to make up for that income that I gave up with this kind of a lifestyle change,
Yeah.
lifestyle business. So that being said, if I could profit anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000 a month,
Yep.
that would be amazing. If I can do bigger than that, let's go. I'll take it.
Well, I have no doubt you will, because you've really got started. You've had success. Okay, like you say, you're not swimming in money yet, but that makes sense. You only placed a few orders, but obviously at the time of recording, you're coming over to see us in Ireland, and we're going to work with you, and we're really excited about that. Like you said, you're in the coaching program, but it sounds like you're gearing up to get into your next orders. You're gearing up to get into your situation where you're financing the business a bit more. I think you sound like someone who you've got confidence now, but maybe you just need a one little unlock and then you can just go for it. Would that be about right, you think?
Yeah. And I think other people might relate to this too. I'm not swimming in money. I don't have all this cash that I can just, let's place some orders and make some more money. I'm dealing with a budget. I'm a single mom. I have a part-time job, just so that I can pay some bills while I make this a future for myself.
Yes.
But I'm not just crazy with cash. And I think a lot of people are in that situation where they're just like, well, how can I get started in this? I only have $500. I only have $2,000. You can. It's probably not going to be as fast. That's what I've heard. You
Yes.
can do quicker things with 30 grand than you can with two. But I started with two, and that's.
And I think the biggest thing for me is you're a single parent. I have two children. I'm married, and I don't know how single parents do it. So that for me. You are a massive hero from that one fact alone. The fact you launched a business while having a part-time job and doing that job, that blows my mind.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I'm all in, and I'm super motivated and excited. And I just can't believe I've gone my entire life not knowing that I was capable of something like this. And it's sort of mind blowing that, we can leave the garbage, the 9 to 5, the grind behind, and run our own business. And as I'm running my own business, I'm like, oh my God, I'm running my own business. So it's been really.
Totally. I think a lot of people will get that too. That there are a lot of changes mentally that we get to make. And tell me, what was the first sale like?
Well, and going back to that, I actually didn't, like, the first week was super slow, and then I got a repricer, and then it was like, it's on. And then it just started to go. So props to the repricer. But yeah, the first sale I got was in the middle of the night. So I woke up and I opened my seller app, and I had made a sale, and it was like, whoa, that's so crazy. That's great. And so then I started I would get excited every morning to open my seller app and see what happened overnight. And it's a really exciting feeling, very exhilarating. The other wow moment was when I placed my first order, because I was sitting here with my hand on the mouse, like, and then I clicked, purchase whatever. And then I ran out and started jumping around the living room and hollering. And it's just so silly, but it's just really cool to, like, take that risk and just go, okay, this is happening. I'm in, I'm doing it. Let's go. And then making the first sale were very exhilarating.
I think that's a big point you make too, because actually when you're in it, you feel very different. Whereas it's actually the thought of placing an order and then the simulation that we go through, and we're simulating all these false things that almost always never happen, right? And so I had that feeling when I started. I placed an order and I went, oh my God, I didn't die. I'm still alive. Still have a house, I'm still alive. Like,
Yeah,
and I think it feels like you said crazy or silly, but it really isn't, because we've all lived our lives never having done anything for ourselves really before, and you did something for yourself, and that's a huge moment. And so would you say that your attitude now has changed a little bit? You've gone from afraid of placing an order to more, look, I'm not going to place a billion orders, I need to make sure these are right. But I'm more looking at it now as, how can I place more orders? Because I know it'll work when I do the work right, like you said.
totally. Yep.
Yeah.
And it's, you guys are so great at giving us everything that we need to know in order to make an educated decision. The data is there, and it's just, I mean, you can only do the best you can do with the information that you have. And so as
Right.
long as you learn how to read the data, then you just pull the
Yeah.
trigger, go for it. And and like you said in the first webinar I ever saw, like, worst case scenario doesn't sell, we can still figure out how to get rid of it. It's
Yes.
you're not losing
Yeah.
anything really. I mean, I've
Yeah.
broken even on something. Okay, whatever. I got my money back. And I would say that the products that I am still holding on to that are selling slowly,
Sure.
there's a couple of them. It's all my fault. I did
Yeah.
not do proper research. I didn't go back far enough in Keepa. There was just stuff that I did personally, that I know next time I won't make that same mistake. And so, I'm not out tons of money. I bought 20 of something at
Yeah.
$9. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
So it was not like I lost 20 grand. It lost a little bit of money, or I broke even, to
Yeah.
learn a fabulous lesson and not make that mistake again. And
Wow.
now I'm going to go right back and do better research when I make my next purchase.
So let me ask you then just about like the actual process. You ordered fairly quickly. So obviously then from the perspective of the training, it's pretty, I know we have a new 2.0 now, you probably have seen, but
Mhm.
it was relatively clear to you. You were able to make a lot of, and I know you joined the coaching program, but even independent of that, the material, or even if you want to tell me like what was the difference when you had the coaching, whatever you want, I'd just like to get a sense for anyone watching of that.
Yeah, no, I think the coaching has been useful as far as, like, my coach helped me avoid making a mistake once.
Yep.
I was about to order something that we dug deeper into and found that it was not a great choice. So that was awesome, because I might have ordered it without that. And just helping me to see other possibilities,
Yeah.
and things I maybe could be doing beyond what I'm already doing.
Love that.
But as far as what I've already done, it's all in the Accelerate material.
Yes.
And if you go step by step and follow the process, and do the research, I mean, the research is really important.
Yes.
So if you do that, I don't think you can really go wrong. I mean, I've seen it work. I see it happening.
Yeah.
I wish, I mean, I would say my one complaint has nothing to do with you guys. It's just
Sure.
that it's really hard to find those perfect, profitable products. It's a treasure hunt. It's digging through a bunch of garbage every day, and it's tedious. And I've seen a lot of people complain about that, and I get it, but that's a huge part of the business. And I got this standing desk thing, so I don't have to sit all day. This thing goes up, and I can stand and sit and stand, because it's a lot.
You just get better with
Yeah.
time and you'll get faster with time. But I suppose it's like learning anything for the first time, riding a bicycle even, right? Without stabilizers on. At the start, you might say it's tedious, it's difficult, I keep falling off the bike. It's actually so hard. But then as time goes on, most of us can jump up on a bike and just off we go. And I think research here is similar, because what ends up happening is you will get access to certain suppliers you just know of, certain areas you just know you can go to, and you just will see things a lot more clearly and a lot more quickly. And let's face it, like, you've only really been doing this a few months now. You've had some success, which has been great. I think in a year from now, you'll turn back and say, it's not like it's easy, but it's a lot easier than I would have said it was a year ago. So I look forward to getting you back a year from now. And we'll definitely talk about that because I think it's a big point for sure.
Yeah. And I can see that. I mean, it's already, I got, if I put something in, if I put a spreadsheet into Hero Launchpad, I can pretty easily
Yeah.
pin everything that looks good, get rid of everything that doesn't, and then do deeper research into that. And um, so yeah, it's a lot of, it's time consuming. We're running a business here, and that's
Yeah,
what we do.
that's right. No,
Nobody promised us $1 million for nothing, right? We got to work for it.
thank you for coming on today. Can't wait to work with you more in the future. And anyone watching, there's no doubt people were inspired today. So thanks for inspiring the tribe.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime. See ya.